So I work in practice training women and youth. I train women specifically on political participation, more on local, on gender and women's rights issues, and youth on more peace building, specifically in Libya, and I do some in Tunisia. So my work is centered around that these people have already quite a lot of knowledge, and capabilities and skills, and that I just provide or facilitate frameworks, ways to structure and organize, possibly harness the skills, harness the knowledge. So all of these experiences of working with, co-facilitating, listening and talking has inspired now my research, which looks into my PhD, which looks into the impact of war on agency and intergender relations. Differently from the stereotype that war is just violence, bloodshed, and it is, I mean, it's that, I don't take away the violence from it, but when I work with my friends and colleagues, I see a lot of power that otherwise I do not know where it comes from in a context where everything will put them down. Coming from a context of Libya specifically, which is a conservative, has been closed up, maybe even almost North Korea style in the 90s, that as a young woman who obviously has a certain set of beliefs, when I'm perceived as more westernized, or someone who might bring who's bringing ideas that do not exactly make sense to the context. So that's a challenge because I have to break that initial barrier. I constantly have to break the initial barrier that, no, I'm just like you, I just dress differently or I just look differently. And then of course I have the other more internal ones when it comes to working with women who are still very much connected to their context, who care about the opinions of their families, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am very sensitive about my own experience then, because I've done things very differently. And it's the same actually with also young people who find constraints in family structures where young people have no voice and no agency, and they need to listen and respect their elders. And I don't want to also, again, bring my own experience because although I've dealt with mine, but hurt people, and that's not what I want to bring in my practice. I don't want to bring hurt, if that makes sense.